with the console release of Doom 1 and 2, we've been seeing an increase in WADs from the community. And so what I like to do is I like to go through and surf through. Usually what I'll do is go most popular and go ascending. This way it shows me the least to most popular. And these are some of those. These are some of the ones that were either overlooked, some that provided a lot of challenge, some that provided some interesting aspects to the WADs themselves. So, hello everybody, and welcome back. We're going to be checking out these Doom WADs, and some of them are completely insane, like this first one. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. You know, the entry to it had this thing about poetry, so I thought it was going to be something completely different than what we got. What we got was a recreation of, well, you know what it is. I mean, we all know what it is. You stand on a tower, and there's this two towers with bazookas. I mean, come on. So, yes, I had to see it through to the end to see if there was multiple levels or anything in between. So, I will say, even though it's a simple map and even though the subject is kind of iffy at best, it was a lot of fun. I mean, the enemies were in a good enough range to where it wasn't a supreme disadvantage. I mean, it's just feels like classic Doom in a crazy situation. I don't know if I can name it without, that monetization hammer coming down on me. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to avoid it as much as I can. So we're going to take down some of these Spideys and the Cyber Demon. That's probably all that's left now, aside from like a Caco Demon. Oh, there's another Demon Lord or whatever they're called too. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty standard map. Take everybody down, and then you go from there. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this play out because I kind of strategize, and it takes a minute for me to get where I have to go because I'm stupid, and sometimes I play too cautious for my own good. And then we'll just roll back when I have my thoughts gathered for this. Alright, so I lied, and I am going to keep talking because there is one thing I wish was done with this, and the whole fence lining, I wish that was taken out so you could kind of free roam. Only because it takes a minute for things to spawn in, so you're kind of looking everywhere at once, and you're unsure where to go. So, creator of the map being Broken Killjoy, or at least that's who uploaded it to the console area. That's the one thing I would say. Just take out the fence. Just make that wider. So maybe it would be more difficult. I don't know. Because then you wouldn't just be boxed into an area that's got plenty of space to hide behind. You have plenty of buildings to hide behind. So I think if you were to push the fence back, there's so much open area back there that you could kind of get caught in a bad spot. Because see right there, we just took down the Cyber Demon without it ever spawning inside. So that would be my only takeaway from it. But other than that, it is what it is. I mean, it's a hell of a map. Yeah, I'm surprised. More than anything, I'm just surprised that it got created. I mean, I'm not surprised that it got thought of, just more surprised that it got created, I guess. But here we are in 2001. I'll just put it like that. By the way, yes, I did mute this one because it had the chicken dance, like not even digitized or anything in like a MIDI format. It was just the actual MP3 file, so I know it would have got claimed. So I just chose a song that's similar to what the experience you would be getting into would be. Literally, the last enemy I had was so far off in the distance that it wouldn't even show up on the reticle. And rather than me just hitting the skull to get, out of the level to see what would happen, I spent so much time here. So I'm just going to cut it to where that's all done. This way you don't have to worry about it. So for you curious souls, this level is not called My First WOD. This level is called 9/11. I'm just going to go ahead and say it because, we're talking about that off-brand store. You know what I mean? Yeah, totally. That's totally what we're talking about. So after that, you just go ahead and hit X and you're met with this that just says again. So the next WOD we're getting into is called Totally Normal WOD. And once we go into it, we're met with... Oh, I think I know what this is. Okay, Berserk and the Megasphere. Oh, this is definitely that map. So for the uninformed, we'll just say E. Harris. If that rings any bells, went to a school. And this was one of the maps that was made under his name. It was called Mortal Kombat Fight or Mortal Kombat Kill or something. And this is just a recreation of it without the Minotaurs. So that's fun. We're just going to jump right into the next one. Now this one was called Test. It said it had a fully playable first Yeah. Yeah. You have a fully playable first level, huh? It's just a square. It's a flesh square. A fleshy square. And that's what you're left with. You're left by yourself. Now this next one deserves a lot of praise. Fistful of Doomy. You remember those early Clint Eastwood Western movies like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? Yeah, this is basically like just... You're in that lifestyle. Like you're basically Doom guy as Clint Eastwood. So you go around and you're robbing a bank basically. Well, that's the premise I get from it. There might be more backstory to it, but you pick up money bags that are energy cells, instead of having a plasma gun. You just pick up the money bags as, the ideal ammunition for it. And yeah, that's the whole thing of it. It's a lot of fun. It's very simple as far as story goes. As far as I know, you're just going through different levels. This does have multiple levels, but I'm only showing the first level. I had a lot of fun with it. It can get difficult, especially because you get sniped from up top, or you can't see an enemy. If they're behind a doorway, they can get you too. Some of them are propped kind of open like that, and they can be hidden in the darkness, believe it or not. They can play an optional illusion on you. And yeah, you can get roughed up pretty quick, but it is a lot of fun. I had so much fun playing this WOD. And it really puts you into that world with the different scenery. They have different character models, and they have different items for your pickups, which I think is just, very neat. So yeah, this one is like a really good WOD. I had a lot of fun playing it. And with that, I'll just let it play out a little bit, and if something pops into mind, then I'll just kind of vocalize it like I was doing before. Oh yeah. So the exploration is actually pretty fun too. It looks like it's simple enough. Like, oh, there's just a couple buildings, but the signs they have in the buildings, the different scenery you would get rather than a normal the Doom standard, which would be just like the space age hallways and stuff. You actually get like the bullet holes in the adobe house, and when you go into the jail cell, you can see they're carved in. They have the shotguns on the wall there, and they have like the backpack full of like ammunition, like they just stole it from a bandit or something, like they confiscated it rather. So it's pretty neat how much effort was actually put into this WAD. I wish I would have found it a lot sooner because I would be playing the mess out of it. It's a lot of fun. I cannot sing this WAD's praises any more than I have. So now we're just gonna skip ahead a little bit, get to the ending of it, because I do a lot of backtracking and making sure I get stuff and all that. So there's gonna be a lot of dead air. Alright, so now that we picked up the Berserk Skull, because it's not a Berserk pack, we go inside the bank, and once we're inside the bank, it's time to lay waste to anybody that stands in our way, because we need that money. We're broke. We're broke as hell, so we gotta work our way through there. Then after this is basically when I backtrack more. But first we have to clear out all the tellers that have their own guns, because every teller has a gun for some reason. So we go through, get all the money we can, rake in all that loot, and then once I head back, that's a different story, because then we find the chain gun. Then we make our way back again. We're ready for anything. We're ready for anything that comes our way. So we open this door, there's a sheriff in there, then we pop down, and there's more. Oh, we're just about to hit the vault, I can feel it. And once you hit the vault, you have one more, and then that's the end of the level. It's pretty cool how they transition. I really loved this one, so if you're interested in one that you should play, I would say this one is an easy, you should try it, because there's more, like I said, there's more than one level. Okay, so for the last one we're going to be looking at, we're looking at Guilty as Charged, and so far it is a work in progress where they've only finished the first level, but this first level shows a lot that is just awesome. So you're playing a hard-boiled detective, which I enjoy when they put the Doom guy in situations like this, when you're not just this like superior being demolishing demons, you're like actually like solving a case almost. Like there's clues and stuff to solve a case, so you have to work your way through the sewer to get to this underground elevator to get to a secret passageway that leads you up into one of the boss's offices. And they're like some cult or something. Obviously they're gonna have demons. It is Doom, but for the sake of everything, they're like, I'm pretty sure a satanic cult of some kind. I didn't get the full scope of the story because it was just mainly saying work in progress, but there's the table with health, and I'm guessing either a fat stack of cash or a fat stack of drugs. You can pick and choose which one you think it is. The level design is really good. I love like the cramped feeling, like you're almost in an apartment complex, or the cramped feeling of the sewer. Usually Doom can be pretty open, so you're not really faced with spaces that are super cramped or hindered with that in at all. Usually you can kind of just tuck away, strafe to the left or strafe to the right, and then you're just pushed up out of the way. But here, you kind of have to live with it. If you're stuck in a cramped spot, then you have no choice. Like if you're in a hallway, then you're in that hallway. It sounds stupid and redundant to say it like that, but my point is I just thoroughly enjoy the level design and the thought they put into it, because we get to this next section here, and you go up these steps, and you're in an apartment complex, and again, it's that cramped feeling, and I like that. I love that in games like this, in Doom especially, because like I said, it's not really something you see. So I did enjoy the level design. I hope to see more, because I want to solve this mystery, man. I want to know what the hell is going on here. They got people hung up upside down, they got drugs on the table, money on the table with medical kits. What's going on here? So I can't wait to find out more, and hopefully we'll see some updates for it. I'll keep an eye out, and if they do, then I'll revisit it. But with that, that's going to be the end of looking at these WODs. I'll just let the rest of this play out, and I'll say thank you all for watching. I appreciate you all, and 1K gang, let's go. Until next time.